Before we begin, my 4,000 subscriber Q&A is currently ongoing. If you wish to leave me any questions, go to the link in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you all and enjoy the video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're doing something that I've been really passionate about for many years. We're going to be ranking all of the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics on a tier list. I'm ranking these based on, do I like the designs or not? That's pretty much all there is to it. However, I don't know all the FNAF characters. It was mainly after Pizzeria Simulator I kinda jumped off the FNAF train, but I've gotten back into it and I do know some of the Security Breach animatronics, and this tier list goes all the way up to Ruin, so those are the only kind of disclaimers I really need to give here. And remember, this is my own personal opinion. I've been a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's since the games first came out, and I'm excited to get into this, so let's get started. Now, the first character up is Foxy. Now, I really love Foxy's design. It's genuinely one of my favorites out of all the animatronics. I even have a plush of Foxy IRL, pretty funnily enough. But is he one of my favorites? I don't think he's top tier for me. I think I prefer other designs over Foxy a bit more. But I think I'm going to drop Foxy comfortably in A tier. I love his gameplay, how that plays, even though I'm not going to let gameplay and other stuff kind of, you know, taint my view of where I'm putting these. These are just on if I like the characters personally or not. That really is, again, all there is to it. But I love Foxy and I love his dynamic in the games as well. I think he's just a cool character. Next we have Freddy. Of course, the main man himself, Freddy. Now, I'm kind of in a similar vein where I want to put him into A tier or not. Freddy's design originally didn't really do too much for me. He was always the one out of the animatronics that I felt the most to. But his design has really grown on me. I think I'm also going to put it in A tier. Freddy's design is just simple and clean. He's freaking creepy whenever he's in the games as well. The amount of times I died to him on night 5 and night 6 when I was trying to beat the game. Oh boy, this brown bear really drove me through the roof. But I can't hate Freddy's design. It's a classic, what can we say? Up next we have Bonnie. And Bonnie, oh boy, is terrifying as well. We've all seen the image of the secret screen image of Bonnie looking scarily into the camera with the black eyes. And yeah, that scared the shit out of me as a kid. But I don't know if I want to put Bonnie's design also in A tier. Because, like, the thing is, I love all of the FNAF 1 designs. I think they're all so clean in their own right. I only think my least favorite one out of all of them is Chica, personally. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave Bonnie in the same tier as Freddy and Foxy. I don't know, I just think most of the designs of the original 5 animatronics are just clean, perfect, to put it simply. Not quite S tier, but really up there. Next up for the original 4, we have Chica. Now, I don't know. I mean, Chica's design is good, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a little bit weaker than these 3. I don't know why, and that's not because Chica's the only girl animatronic, no. I just think out of these ones, Chica is the least creepy, in my opinion. Like, these 3 really scared me. Chica, not so much. Never really scared me. Up next, we have Golden Freddy. Now, I love Golden Freddy, to put it simply. I think he's one of the most important characters, and I love his Easter egg. I watched Markiplier's videos growing up, so seeing Golden Freddy jump scare him like that, oh, that was pretty cool. But I think I'm going to put him in S tier personally. I know that's such an overrated pick, whichever, but you just can't beat Golden Freddy popping up. His design is so simple, so mysterious, and he's a big catalyst for the story too. Just don't look at the design of what's going on with the tiers so far, Jesus Christ. So overall, I think the FNAF 1 animatronics are super duper clean. Not really much I can complain about here, to be honest. The same cannot be said for FNAF 2 though. So starting off, we have Toy Freddy. Now, I'll be honest, Toy Freddy's design never really did anything for me. I don't hate the design, but for me it's the definition of mediocre. I get what they were trying to do by making him like kind of cutesy and all, but I don't know, compared to Freddy's design, Toy Freddy just doesn't really do it for me. Maybe it's just kind of the rosy cheek designs, but not so much for me, I can't lie. So sorry Toy Freddy, you're in C tier. Next up, we've got Toy Bonnie, who I never thought was a girl. I know a lot of people, when FNAF 2 first came out, thought that Toy Bonnie was supposed to be a girl. No, I always knew Toy Bonnie was a boy, but I think I'm also going to drop him in B tier, personally. I prefer Bonnie's design a whole heck of a lot more, but I do think the rosy cheeks design does work a little bit more on Toy Bonnie as opposed to on Toy Freddy. So I think I'm comfortable leaving it here. Next up, we have Toy Chica. Now, where's Toy Chica going to go? Now, I know a lot of people, there's a certain fan base that really enjoys Toy Chica, don't get me wrong, but if I had to rate this objectively, I think I'm also going to put her in the same tier as Toy Freddy. Now, I don't know. Again, it kind of reminds me of that interview that Scott did with Dorko a while ago, where he said that Toy Chica wasn't really creepy when compared to even original Chica. And I can see that as well. And because FNAF is supposed to be a horror franchise, Toy Chica never really does it for me. Removing the beak and the eyes do help, but overall, Toy Chica just not really for me. Up next, we have Mangor. Now, I love Mangor's design, and I love Mangor's concept as well. Although Junior's is my favourite version of Mangor overall, though. If you want to see me do a tier list of FNAF fan games, be sure to let me know, because I know quite a lot of them. But overall, I love Mangor's design, but it's not quite top tier for me, so it sits comfortably in A tier. Also, I headcanon that Mangor did the bite of 87. To me, it makes the most sense. Up next, we have the balloon fucker himself, Balloon Boy. Now, I know everybody and their mother wants me to put him in D or F tier, like, because, you know, he's the butt of every joke in the FNAF community, but overall, I think I have to put him in B tier. He's delightfully B for Balloon Boy. He's delightfully creepy, and he serves his purpose of being annoying, but I don't know, I think that my hatred for Balloon Boy has, you know, tapered off in years. I can't really hate the guy anymore, he does his job well enough, and I don't think I can imagine FNAF without him, so you're right, BB. You fit in my tier list fine. Next up, we've got JJ. Now, honestly, nah, not for me. JJ never really stood out for me. I know, like, I praised BB, but, like, JJ's the rip-off of Balloon Boy, and even so, the design and the colours, and the fact you just basically never see JJ whenever you're playing, not for me. Well, not counting Ultimate Custom Night, but yeah, I don't know, not really a fan of JJ, I'm sorry. Up next, we have the Wizards. Now, I'm a firm believer that alongside the Nightmare animatronics, the Withered animatronics are by far the best designed out of all of the FNAF animatronics. And that carries over, but sadly we have to start off with the second weakest in my opinion, being Withered Freddy. Now, I still love Withered Freddy's design, I think it's really cool, so I'm going to drop in A tier, but to me, he just doesn't quite hit the same mark as the other Wizards for me. But I really do love his jump scare as well. That did kind of cause some confusion back in the day, because people thought maybe Freddy did the bite of 87, because his jump scare had you like chomping down, like he'd chomping down on your face and everything. So yeah. Withered Freddy is alright, A tier. Next up, we have Withered Bonnie, which is automatically going into S tier. This design scared me so much as a kid. I was only like 10 or 11 when FNAF 2 came out. Yeah, I'd be 10 years old when FNAF 2 came out. And my god, seeing Bonnie with no face and, you know, the missing arm and everything, just, oh boy. I love his design. I think it fits the Withered aesthetic so perfectly. So yeah, Withered Bonnie for me, just S tier. Up next, we have Withered Chica. Now, I used to not be a fan of Withered Chica's design, but my god, it's really grown on me. I'm gonna put it in S tier. Withered Chica is so freaking creepy. You've seen her, like, in the hallway, you know, standing in front of you, and then, of course, in front of the Paper Pals, just seeing her all around, with the arms stretched out, the unhinged jaw, the wide eyes, just... I think Withered Chica's design is really good. I think it's my favourite overall out of all of the Chicas. So yeah, Withered Chica, S tier for me, I love it. Another character in S tier for me probably is Withered Foxy. Withered Foxy just takes everything that Foxy does, but does it better. Also, if you're an OG like me when it comes to FNAF, you thought that Withered Foxy was yelling freedom in the FNAF 2 trailer. Oh boy. That's a throwback for me. But yeah, Withered Foxy, I love pretty much everything about him. There's nothing I can say negative. S tier for me, Withered Foxy. Up next, we have Golden Freddy, the Withered version. I'll be honest, no, not really for me. The reason why I'm not fond of Withered Golden Freddy's design is they didn't really do much. Oh, a little bit of wiring and a missing ear. Is that all? When you've got the battle damage designs of all the other Withereds. Plus, I know I said I'm not going to let gameplay impact most of my choices for this, but Withered Golden Freddy's design, Withered Golden Freddy's jump scare is just terrible in FNAF 2. Like, what even is it? It just doesn't make sense lore-wise. They've done such a disservice to him for me. Just, they fumbled the bag, my friend. They fumbled the bag. Up next, we have the Poopits, as Dorko would say. It's the marionettes, or the baby, as Markiplier would also say. Now, it's either S or A tier for me, personally. I can remember all of the theories starting off about the puppet, like, what the hell even is it? Where did it come from, etc. But actually, I think I'm going to put the puppet in A tier, personally. Not quite up there with the other animatronics, but I can't lie when I say that I love the puppet, and I really can't imagine Fnaf without it. So you know what, puppet? You're cool, you can stay. Up next, we have... It's got a certain username, I don't know what it is, I'll pop it on screen, but I'm calling this thing Shadow Bonnie. Shadow Bonnie is probably in C tier for me. You just don't really see him at all, and I would have preferred it to be Shadow Bonnie, like the FNAF 1 design for Bonnie personally, but I don't really hate it. So I can't really rank it too much because I don't have much to say, so it goes in C tier. Next up, we have not Phantom Freddy, geez, that's a bit later. Next up, we've got Shadow Freddy. Now, I like Shadow Freddy a little bit more, but I'm also going to put him in C tier, like, a little bit ahead, because, again, you basically never see Shadow Freddy in-game. It's so rare that you see him, but I prefer purple a lot more than I prefer the black and white design, so Shadow Freddy earns some points for me personally. He goes into C tier. Next up, we have the Phantom designs. Now, I'll be real, the Phantom designs never really did it too much for me. Some of them are better than others, but most of them are just for me. Starting off, we have Phantom Freddy. Now, Phantom Freddy is alright for me. I think I'm going to put him at the top of C tier. I love his animations in the hallway, like when he's skulking across. I think that looks terrifying, and his jump scare is actually pretty cool, so I think I'm going to leave him in C tier. I think, again, the Phantoms are some of my more least favourite designs, but he's cool. Up next, we have a watermelon, I mean, Phantom Chica. Now, this is probably the weakest Chica design for me personally. I'm going to put it at the top of D tier. I know people may disagree with me on that front, but I don't know, Phantom Chica just doesn't do it for me. I really wish they did more with the design, like more battle damage, because I know there are some damage on it, you know, with the burnt face, but could you imagine if Phantom Chica's design had like half of its head like chunked off, or I don't know, a big hole in its chest or something? They could have done a lot more with Phantom Chica's design. Instead, we've got a watermelon, so that's all we gotta do. Next up, we have Phantom Foxy. Now, Phantom Foxy is probably my favorite one of the Wizards, but I'm still probably gonna put it in C tier, to be honest. I don't know. I do like his design. I think it's missing his hand, I'm pretty sure, or its foot. I think it's the hand that Phantom Foxy is missing. Its jump scare is alright, but I didn't really like his gameplay aesthetic in FNAF 3. I'm going back and forth now if I include gameplay aesthetic or not, so bear with me. But overall, I think Phantom Foxy is fine. I don't really love him. I don't hate him either. He's just mid for me. Next up, we've got Phantom Mangor. Now, Phantom Mangor is in the same boat as well. I think I might put nearly all the Wizards or the Phantoms in C tier. They all just kind of are just okay for me. I don't really remember them a lot. I don't hate them. They're okay. But yeah, Phantom Mangor, not too much to say here. I enjoy it sneaking over the office, like peeking above whenever they appear. But in general, not really the biggest fan. And I guess you could say the same for Phantom BB, but I think Phantom Balloon Boy is actually a little bit better than Phantom Mangle in my opinion. Especially Phantom BB's jump scare. That got me when I first watched Markiplier playthrough FNAF 3. Plus, I think it's overall quite creepier than the others, so... You know, actually, I'm going to put it ahead of Phantom Freddy. People might disagree with me, but there you go. So yeah, Phantom Balloon Boy, you're okay, mate. Next up, we have the Phantom Puppet, which, honestly, I think I'm going to put around here as well. Or actually, you know what? I think I might bump it ahead of Phantom Foxy a bit more. I think the burn design really fits the puppet a bit more. You know, you get to see its face up and close during its jump scare, quote-unquote, but yeah, I think that Phantom Marionette, or Phantom Puppet, whatever you want to call it, I think its design is okay, but again, in general, the Wizards, sorry, not the Wizards, the Phantoms for me, but just in general, the Phantoms for me never really did it for me. However, conversely, we've got Springtrap, and Springtrap isn't automatically an S tier. I don't really even need to think about this. What a creative design, really. Having the purple guy, the man behind the slaughter, Billy William Afton himself inside of that Springtrap suit. Oh boy, I love it. I love the battle damage. Its jump scare, though, not really for me, but besides that, you really can't go wrong with old Springy Boy. He's an S tier, definitely one of the best designs that Scott has ever done, and you can't imagine FNAF without him. As he always says, he always comes back, and he deserves to, because Springtrap, you're awesome. Next up, we have Fredbear. This is the unwithered version of Fredbear. And I think this is cool. I think I'm going to put him at the top of B tier for now. I wish we saw him a little bit more. His design is very clean, but I don't know. I don't think the purple on the yellow design really does it for me with Fredbear in particular. It does with Unwithered Springtrap though, or I guess Spring Bonnie, I suppose we're calling him. I think I'm also going to put him in the same tier as, I guess, Spring Freddy or Golden Freddy, whatever you want to call him. Now, I think his design is a little bit better in my opinion than Golden Freddy or Fredbear's design. I just like it a bit more, and I'm not sure which iteration of Springtrap this is supposed to be, or, you know, Spring Bonnie. I go back and forth on the names, I'm sorry. But I think it is a cool design. I wish we saw more of it, though. I think it'd be cool to do, like, a little prequel type game where it's these two in an office trying to get us. That could be fun. Up next, we have the Nightmare Animatronics. Oh, boy. I love the Nightmare Animatronics. I think they're so cool. Some of them I do prefer a bit more. So let's get into them, shall we? Now, I might annoy some people, but I think Phantom Freddy's design... Oh, sorry. I think Nightmare Freddy's design is the weakest of the Nightmare characters, but that isn't by any means saying that he's bad. I think I'm going to put him in A tier, but probably low A tier. Nightmare Freddy's design for me is okay, but just compared to the other Nightmares, you just don't see him enough. You see the Freddles more, so you can't really appreciate him as much as you can. The others. But I have to say, him on the teaser though, oh boy. FNAF 4's teasers are probably my favourite ones overall. But yeah, can't really hate Nightmare Freddy. I think he's pretty cool. Next up we have Nightmare Bonnie. I think Nightmare Bonnie is also going into A tier. The thing with Nightmare Bonnie is, Bonnie's design was already creepy enough, so seeing all the battle damage and the tears and the sharp teeth on Nightmare Bonnie, it just does it for me. He's terrifying though, one of the first jump scares I can remember seeing. But yeah, in general, I think that Nightmare Bonnie's design is just so cool, so I'm going to leave him in A tier. Up next, we have Nightmare Chica. Nightmare Chica's design wasn't really it for me for the longest time, I'll be real with you. But it has really grown on me. I like it a bit more than I like Phantom Freddy's. I think I like it a bit more than I like Nightmare Freddy's design personally. Because you get to see it more. Also, the Nightmare Cupcake, which actually we'll be getting to later on, so we'll deal with that when we come to it. I just think overall, Nightmare Chica's design is cool. Love the teeth. I love the jump scare. Of course, the first night is never usually that bad when you're supposed to be playing the games, but Nightmare Chica proves that wrong. In general, one of the better designs overall. Next up, we have Nightmare Foxy. Now, Nightmare Foxy's design... I think it's actually, in my opinion, a step back from the other Foxes. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like with Withered Foxy, they hit the perfect amount of withered for it overall. Plus, if you guys remember if you remember Nightmare Foxy's tongue that they took out, that was pretty funny as well. Imagine he had that in the game, where he pops out from the closet with the giant tongue like, blah, 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 blah. Could be funny. But yeah, I think Nightmare Foxy's design is better than Nightmare Freddy's, but I think it's a step back when compared to these two. But yeah, I can't really hate Nightmare Foxy too much. Next up, we have Nightmare Fredbear. Oh god, Nightmare Fredbear. Oh, I'm tempted to put this in S tier, honestly. Because this design scared the crap out of me as a kid. Its face is a little bit worse for wear though, when compared to the other characters, but... I think I'll leave him in A tier. I'm going to put him ahead of these guys, though. I think I'm pretty comfortable with that. Actually, I'll put the puppet here. Nightmare Fredbear's design really scares me, as I said before. I love its jump scare. I love its tie to the lore. The stomach mouth I could take or leave, personally. I think they were trying a bit too hard with that one. But yeah, in general, Nightmare Fredbear is alright. Up next, we have Nightmare. Now, I like Nightmare more than I like Nightmare Fredbear, I'll be completely honest with you. I think the black and the gold aesthetic is amazing, but its jump scare is cheeks, bro. Honestly, what were they doing with Nightmare's jump scare? If you can even call it a jump scare, it's one of the weakest ones I've ever seen in FNAF, but I can't hate on Nightmare too much. You're okay in my book. Next up, we've got Plush Trap. I'll be real, never really got the hype for Plush Trap. I mean, it's okay, it's cutesy and all, but I don't know. I just think in terms of other characters, Plush Trap is just around here for me. He's okay. I enjoy his mini-games. I think the fun with Plush Trap was like a really cool concept for a mini-game. How you could skip 2 hours in the night, but the fact that you don't get to keep those 2 hours after you fail, plus overall his jump scare being a bit silly, I think Plush Trap sits about here for me. I think that's fair. Next up, we've got Nightmare Balloon Boy. Oh Just no, F tier. For me, this design is terrible. The realistic hands with the bony fingers, just ew. This design is gross, his jump scare is awful. Hell, his voice in Ultimate Custom Night is awful. Nightmare Balloon Boy just doesn't do it for me. Can't stand him at all. Next up, we have Nightmare Mangle. Nightmare Mangle is actually pretty good, but I wish we saw more of Nightmare Mangle. I'm going to toss him in B tier, personally. I like its design. I love, of course, the static design and everything. I love the static sounds that play, you know, whenever they're in the closet and you have to find them. Because they replace Foxy, because this is from the, this is the Halloween edition version, if you're wondering. But yeah, I just don't have too much to say about I don't have too much to say about Nightmare Mangle. I just think they're okay. Next up, we have Nightmare Eon, and oh, easy S tier for me. Nightmare Eon's design scares the crap out of me. In Ultimate Custom Night especially, I am terrified of like the tall, lanky designs. You could already kind of see it in the puppet's design, but if you want a design that's terrifying, Nightmare Eon is your guy. And its voice too. You heard its voice lines in Ultimate Custom Night. That is menacing. So yeah, Nightmare Eon, you're going into S tier where you belong. Next up, we have the Jacko designs of Jacko Chica and Jacko Bonnet. I'm going to do both of these together, because I feel the same for both of them. I think they're about the same in A tier. I just think overall they're a bit of a step back when compared to these two. I like the detail and the eyes more on the Jacko designs, but you really can't hate them. They're just there for a bit of fun. They're fun and I like them, so that's where I'm going to put them both there. Next up we have, is that supposed to be the Freddles, I'm guessing? C tier, I guess? I mean, I don't really think too much about the Freddles, personally. You don't see them too much, well you do, but you don't really focus on them. Could you imagine if the Freddles had their own kind of jump scare? That could be funny. But yeah, I think the Freddles are okay, nothing too much to say. Up next, we've got the Funtime Animatronics from Sister Location. And today is actually the 10th anniversary of Sister Location's trailer reveal. Where the f did the time go, honestly? I can remember when the trailer first came out. Oh boy, how time has gone. First up, we've got Baby. Now, Baby's design is S tier for me. I think it fits the vibe that Sister Location was going for perfectly. She's a wonderful villain. I think she fits the story perfectly, and just, I don't know, Baby is it for me. She's got that it factor. Definitely S tier for me. One of the best designs and best characters that Scott has ever cooked up. Next up, we have Ballora. Now, I really wish we saw more of Ballora, personally. Her design is creepy, and as Markiplier says, fuck that Dancy Pants type character, because I agree. She's creepy as though. Also, when she like crawls around like a spider as well, and her music too. I just think Ballora, they really nailed her. So I'm going to put her in A tier. I think she's pretty good. Next up, we have Funtime Freddy. Now, Funtime Freddy is probably the weakest one, not counting like the other characters like the Biddy Babs and whatnot. I don't know, just the fact it's just normal Freddy except designed differently with a Bonnie hand puppet. It's good, but I think I'm going to leave it at the bottom of A tier. I don't hate Funtime Freddy, I just wish they did something a bit different with him. I love his color scheme though, and his voice. Kellen Goff is a legend. Next up, we have Funtime Foxy. They could not make their mind up with the gender for Funtime Foxy. Handy Unit calls Funtime Foxy a girl, the Angsty Teen calls Funtime Foxy a boy, but in Ultimate Custom Night, Funtime Foxy is a boy, so I'm going to go with boy for Funtime Foxy. And in general, it also goes into A tier. I'm going to put it ahead of the, not the Phantoms, the Nightmares, personally. I think seeing a full, not destroyed version of Mangle is really cool, because that's basically what Funtime Foxy is. I think there was actually a rumor for a while that Funtime Foxy is Mangle, just pre-mangled, if that makes sense. But yeah, I like Funtime Foxy, going in A tier. Up next, we have the Biddy Babs and the Electro Babs. I'm going to do these together. I don't know, I don't like either of them. They never really did anything for me. The voice is creepy, but the design is just, I can't stand their designs. Not it for me. F tier for the Biddy Babs and the Electro Babs. The mini-arenas, conversely, aren't as bad, but at the same time, I can't put them any higher than D tier. They're okay, but that's just all they are, really. They're just forgettable in my opinion. Up next, we have the Bonnie hand puppet. And it's funny that actually you do that separate from Funtime Freddy, but I think I'm going to put Bonnie in, I might put it at the top of D tier. Can't really rank them too high, and I guess you could do the same thing with Bonnet too. they're there, they're okay, but nothing too notable about them. I do like that bonnet is pink though, I think that's cute. But that's really all I can say. Next up, we've got Lolbits. Now, I just think Lolbit is plain funny. And I actually like Lolbit's design more than the Phantoms. I think I'm going to put it in C tier. I know that's probably going to make a lot of people angry, but I don't know. I just think Lolbit's design just hits it for me. I really wish we saw more of Lolbit, but I guess it makes sense that they're limited to just Ultimate Custom Night and a Sister Location Custom Night. Both of the Custom Nights, there we go. But yeah, Lolbit's okay. All I can say. Up next, we have Funtime Chica. Funtime Chica, again, doesn't really do it for me, but I'm going to put it in the low B tier for me, personally. I like its design a bit more than these guys. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm going to put Funtime Chica in C tier, but behind these guys. I prefer the toy designs a bit more, but yeah, Funtime Chica, you just don't see any of them. I really wish we would have gotten Funtime Chica in some way. I mean, sure, she's there in Pizzeria Simulator and maybe Ultimate Custom Night, but I could be wrong. But yeah, Funtime Chica, probably the weakest one out of all the Funtimes for me. Up next, we have Music Man. You know, memes aside, I don't know. Like, I can't within good conscience put Music Man higher. His design is just like, what the hell even is it? Like, I can get it was trying to be creepy and eerie, but it just doesn't do it for me. I like his voice in Ultimate Custom Night, but in terms of design, Music Man just doesn't do it for me. What can I say? Up next, we have the cupcakes. I'm just going to smash all of these out very quickly because they're all kind of the same. Regular cupcake, C tier, think it's cute. Toy Chica's cupcake, D tier, never really cared for it. Phantom cupcake, F tier. I mean, you barely see it in game. What even is it? Nightmare cupcake, my favorite one, in B tier. Actually, no, I'm in C tier with the regular cupcake as well. Sorry. And we have, what even is this? I don't know what variation of the cupcake this is. F tier. Not a fan of either of these cupcakes, but yeah, there you go. There is DarkTheMage's cupcakes rankings, if you're interested. Up next, we have Ennard. Now, I love Ennard. I think he's an S tier for me. Just the concept of all of the animatronics merging into one. Spoiler alert, it's actually why I really love Mangle's design in Juniors. I just think they nailed the creepy, uncanny aesthetic. I prefer Ennard with the mask on though. So Ennard is only S tier if he has his mask on, because without Ennard's mask, I mean, what even is that? That's just awful. But yeah, I can't rank Ennard below S tier for me. He's just one of my favorites overall. I love you, Ennard. Your design is amazing. Next up, we have the two Endos. Again, I'm going to do these very quickly. I think this one's D, but I like the Endo more from Fnaf 2 because you can actually see it in the vents, but I'm going to put it about there. I think I'm comfortable with these two. I'm sorry for the kind of smaller, insignificant characters I'm kind of rapid firing through all of them. I just don't have too much to say on these two. They're okay. Next up, we have Yendo. Yendo, I don't care about. I'll be real. Yendo is going to be in D tier as well. I get it. It was like cool to have a character kind of like Golden Freddy, but Yendo just doesn't make any sense. Like, is it supposed to be Golden Freddy's endoskeleton? Like, what even is Yendo? I don't get it. It was always the weakest one in Sister Location Custom Night for me. So yeah, Yendo, you're going in this tier. I'm sorry, dude, but you need to step it up. Next up, we have an easy F tier, Scrap Trap. What the hell were they even thinking with Scrap Trap? My god. Get this Jimmy Neutron Mega Mind forehead looking fool out of here. What a downgrade from William Afton, you know, FNAF 3's design. Like, how do you go from one of the most cleanest, most iconic designs to this monstrosity? And then don't even get me started when he takes his mask off. Just, it's the stuff of nightmares, people. His jump scare is also ass, but I guess that comes into the nature with Pizzeria Simulator. Pizzeria Simulator's jump scares are the weakest ones in my opinion. Scrap Trap, Burn Trap, actually no, Burn Trap's later on. Scrap Trap, William Afton, whatever the hell you want to call yourself, you are not him, bro. You are an F tier. Next up, we have Molten Freddy, who's really grown on me, I can't lie. I think I'm going to drop Molten Freddy around here. I like him more than I like Toy Bonnie, but you know what? No, I'm going to put it there. I think I like Molten Freddy's design a bit more than Chica's, because I think Molten Freddy is so cool and creative. It's basically the remnants left off from Ennard after they kicked Baby out, and picking up a model, a prototype version of Funtime Freddy's face. I don't know, I just think it's cool, seeing a mess of wires wandering around. I really wish we could see more of Molten Freddy, even though I don't think we will. So yeah, overall solid B tier for me. You're okay, Molten Freddy. Up next, we have Scrap Baby's design. Now, I think Scrap Baby's actually pretty cool for the most part. But is it the best for me? Not really. I think I'm going to put Scrap Baby in B tier. I just think that Baby's design is so clean. And I get what they were trying to do by like having like a withered, corrupted design for Scrap Baby, but I don't know, I think they were trying a bit too hard, especially with kind of like the claw chainsaw arm. You are not Ash from Evil Dead. I don't know what you're trying to do, baby, but that's not it. So yeah, you're in B tier, B for baby, you're okay. Next up, we have Helpy. I mean, how can you not? Helpy's adorable. One of the best characters in all of Pizzeria Simulator. So cute, such a clean design. You can't hate on Helpy. He's an S tier for sure. Next up, oh god, it's Chipper. Well, it's L-Chip, but yeah, this is the true spirit that is haunting all of Five Nights at Freddy's, dear god. And then what do I think of L-Chip? He's okay, but I can't really do too much with him. He's gonna go into D tier, about here, personally. But yeah, Chipper, you need to leave Fnaf alone, my guy. Next up, we have Candy Cadet. He has candy here, candy all day, every day, candy, candy. He's going in C tier for Candy, that's where he goes. Candy Cadet is okay, but he's not really too notable, except for the stories, but you can't really compete with all the others, so I think I'm going to put Candy Cadet around here. I really wish they did more with Candy Cadet, though. Next up, we have the Security Puppet, and I think it's a bit of a downgrade when compared to the other puppet designs, but I'd be lying if I say I didn't like it. I'm going to toss the Security Puppet in B tier. I do love the kind of little bubble on its head, it kind of reminds me of Noddy, that's because I'm British. But yeah, I think it's okay. B tier. Next up, we're going to do... I think we're going to do all of the Rockstar characters together because there's not too much for me to say on them overall. So we're going to do the Rockstars very quickly. Rockstar Freddy is okay. I think he's B tier for me. I like the star design on him. I think he's really annoying in Ultimate Custom Night though, but overall, not too much to say about Rockstar Freddy. He's okay. Rockstar Chica is hilarious, and I think my favorite one overall of the Rockstars. So yeah, I think Rockstar Chica, I'm going to put comfortably in B tier around here. So up next we have Rockstar Bonnie, who is probably the most forgettable one in my opinion. I think I'm going to put Rockstar Bonnie around C tier. I don't know, Rockstar Bonnie just doesn't really do it for me, and I can't really explain it. He's okay, but that's just all he is. He's okay. Next up, we have Rockstar Foxy, who's really grown on me. I think I'm going to put Rockstar Foxy about here. I love him in Ultimate Custom Night. I love that game of chance where he can jump scare you occasionally if you don't have his AI maxed out. But yeah, I think he's cool. Also, the parrot is very cute too, and the peg leg. Really emphasizing the old pirate design for him. So yeah, Rockstar Foxy, you're pretty good, mate. Next up, we have Lefty. Now, I used to actually not be too fond of Lefty, to be honest, because I didn't really get or understand Lefty. But now, I think Lefty's okay. I think I'm going to put Lefty in B tier, personally, but I'm going to put him ahead of these guys, so there. I love the premise of Lefty having the puppet inside of him. Pause, but yeah. But yeah, I think his design is cool. Also, his jump scare is probably my favorite one out of all of this Pizzeria Simulator jump scares. But yeah, Lefty's okay, but I don't know, doesn't really appeal too much to me. Up next, we have the mediocre melodies. I'm not going to go too much in depth with these guys because, spoiler alert, I think nearly all of them are mid. Happy Frog, C tier. I don't know, never did anything for me. Pig Patch, also going to be C tier, but I like Pig Patch a little bit more. So I'm going to put Pig Patch there. Mr. Hippo, B tier, because of the stories. And I think Mr. Hippo's design is actually pretty cool, personally. But yeah, I can't really go any higher or compete with the main guy. So yeah, Mr. Hippo, B tier. Ned Bear, F tier. Easily my least favorite of all of them. But I don't hate him too much. It's just, what even is Ned Bear, bro? Like, it's just crappy copyright. I think that might have actually been, like, a law thing. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, in one of the FNAF games, they actually pointed out how close Ned Bear is to copyright infringement. But yeah, Ned Bear, I think its design is bad in my opinion. Not a fan. Up next, we have Orville Elephant, who will also go into D tier for me. I don't know, Orville is just okay, but it just doesn't do it for me. So I'm going to put him about there. Actually, no, I'll put it below Golden Freddy, screw that. Orville goes about there for me. Up next, we've got Glitch Trap. I used to not like Glitch Trap, but my god, has he really grown on me. I'm going to put Glitch Trap in A tier. I think his design really fits the kind of uncanny valley he was going for, but at the same time, he doesn't beat Springtrap's design, so I'm going to put him ahead of the Jackos. I think about here is pretty good for him, personally. I want to see more of Glitch Trap. I didn't really see much of Help Wanted, personally, but the bits and pieces that I did see, I did like. Next up, we have the glam rock characters. Now, this is where things get a little bit shaky for me, personally. I know about Security Breach, but I just don't know the story or anything behind it. But I can rate the characters. Glamrock Freddy is going in A tier. I think Glamrock Freddy's design is so cool. I like it more than the Nightmares. I'm a big fan of like the 80s kind of punk design that they were going for, and I just think Glamrock Freddy nails it. Also, I like the change of pace of one of the animatronics actually being a good guy. So yeah, Glamrock Freddy, you're really good. One of my favorite modern designs of an animatronic. Next up, we have Glamrock Chica. The weakest one for me, hands down. But is it bad? No, not really. I'm going to put it in B tier. The thing about Glamrock Chica's design for me is I think it looks a bit too close to to regular Chica. I feel like they could have done a bit more with it. Also, its color scheme, not really a fan of personally. So yeah, Glamrock Chica, you're fine, but that's all you are. You're fine. Up next, we have Roxy Roxanne Wolf. Obviously, the number one, but nah. But I do like Roxy. I think I'm going to put her about here. I actually like Roxy's design a bit more than these guys, genuinely. I don't know what it is. I just love the hair, the design. I've heard Roxy's voice in game. I think it's pretty cool too. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Roxanne Wolf. Pretty darn good. Next up, we have Montgomery Gator. Now, he was the most forgettable one out of all of the Glamrock cast, but I still think he's pretty clean. I'm going to have to put him in B tier. I think about here, below the Security Puppet for me. Actually, no, I'm going to put him ahead of Security Puppet because he's got originality going for him. I don't know, just compared to the other Glamrocks, Monty's just he's okay for me. I can't really hate the guy, but he's not topping any top 10 lists for me personally. That's how I feel about him. Next up, we have the Caretaker, that's what he's called, like the daycare caretaker. I'm just going to call him Sun and Moon. So we're going to do them together. Sun, I think his design is freaking creepy, but delightfully so. I'm going to put him in B tier about there. Moon's design is a lot better in my opinion, so much better. I'm going to put him in A tier, but I'm going to put him at the bottom of A tier. He's okay, but he's nothing too special when compared to the other guys up here. He's pretty good though. Next up, we have other versions of Music Man, and just, I don't know. I'm going to put them both in D tier actually. They just don't do it for me. I don't know, Music Man's design just doesn't fit for me. It's kind of like Nosepass in a way from Pokemon, if you look at the noses side by side. Not it for me. Next up, we have DD. Now, I actually like DD's design, but is it the best? No, not really. I'm going to put it in the same camp as these guys. I'm going to put it below the toys for sure, but ahead of Pig Patch. I think they're as good, personally. DD is annoying, but I don't know, just like, she's annoying but in a cool way. I like her concept of bringing in characters, even if it's annoying to go against. I can't hate on DD too much, so there you go, C tier. Up next, we have the Trash in the Gang. That's what they're called. Forgive me if I get these names wrong. Forgive me if I get these names wrong. Bucket Bob, I'm pretty sure. In D tier, probably my least favorite one. The Balloon Guy, not sure what he's called. Also in D tier. Number 1 Crate is funny, but I can't put them too high. I think I might put all of them in D tier. It doesn't mean they're awful, it's just I prefer other designs more. So number 1 Crate is easily my favorite one. Mr. Hugs, ahead of these guys, but not too far ahead. Pan Stan, I believe is his name. About there too. I don't know, Trash in the Gang are just for memes, personally, but they just don't really do too much for me. Up next, we have Burn Trap from Ruin DLC, or is he from normal DLC? I don't know where Burn Trap is from, but he's definitely better than what the hell was going on with Scrap Trap. But he just doesn't hit it for me. I think I'm going to put him in C tier. I think he's cool with the battle damage and the burns and everything, but I don't know, compared to some of the other designs, he just doesn't quite do it for me. Up next, we have the Withered designs for all of the Glamrock characters. So I'm going to go over these pretty quickly too. We have the Withered version of the Caretaker. I think is pretty cool too. I'm going to pop it in B tier around here. Up next, we have Withered Glamrock Chica. Much better than Glamrock Chica's original design, personally. I'm going to put it about here. I just think it looks so delightfully scary. It's going up there, easily. We have an even more withered version of it. I don't know. I'm not going to rank that one because it's kind of, what's the point? They're so similar. So I'm just going to put it there. Up next, we have Withered Monty Gator. I think this is cool, but I'm also going to put it around the same place, really. I think I prefer the unwithered one a little bit more. Shocking, I know, but I just think Monty's design is too clean. Trying to wither it just makes it look in my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to put it about here. I'm going to bump it down. There you go. Up next, we have the withered version of Monty Gator. Nah, doesn't do it for me. C tier. I don't know. I just feel like it was trying too hard to be scary. There's not really much to him with the endoskeleton and all. I don't have a lot to say. This one just, yeah, it doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry. Up next, we've got Withered Roxy. Now, I love Withered Roxy because I like the story with her in, is it Ruin that the DLC is, where she's kind of like helpful, like she doesn't attack you. She's like the #1 fan of the little girl you play as. Correct me if I'm wrong, I have not caught up on Security Breach's lore. But yeah, I think that Roxy's design is cool. Probably my favorite one out of all the Withereds there. I like it about there. I think it's so cool. You're always pretty to me though, Roxy. You're always #1. And I'm also going to put the more withered version in can't rank because, I don't know, not too much to say. I'd just be repeating myself. Up next, we have Glamrock Freddy's Withered. I don't know. It's cool that we have one of these, but it wasn't really necessary for me. I'm going to put him in C tier alongside Monty Gator too. It's okay, but I don't have much to say. But what I do have something to say about is Vanny. Vanny is an S tier design for me. I don't know what it is, man, but they nailed the creepy, cool design of Vanny for me. She's almost like a ventriloquist puppet in a way, which I guess is true based on the lore, but I don't know, Vanny's design really clicks for me. And it's not for the reasons you may think. Get your minds out of the gutter, dear God. But yeah. And so there you have it, everybody, my Five Nights at Freddy's characters tier list. If you guys enjoyed this and you'd like to see me do some fan game tier lists, or maybe just ranking the games in general, be sure to let me know. But for now, I'm your local Mage Dark. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more tier list rankings, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, my disciples.